Hello and welcome. I'm known as Faxmate, and I'm doing a Digimon Rumble Win Let's Play. First off, sorry about last week. I had a very difficult test coming up, so I couldn't record the new episode. But this time, we're gonna play with Impmon, because we beat with Digimon, Leomon and Leomon, so we will lock to him. Well, and that's it. Let's play it. So, if you look here, you notice he doesn't have a tamer, which we know it's not true, but he's showing it's not a tamer, because this game was made before the end of Digimon Tamers. And they didn't really know what they didn't want to spoil, but he actually had a tamer, Digimon, human partner. And if you don't remember, it's a little girl, 4 years old, approximately, with a little brother. I think they are twins, but I'm not sure. They don't have much screen time. So okay, about Impmon. Well, he's a Digimon based on an imp. That's not very difficult to figure out. So he loves pranks. You can see that very easily in Tamers too. And although he looks like he doesn't care about anything, he has a very lonely side. It's not only his character in Tamers, but also his description as a Digimon. In most games, he's appearing as a non-fighting Digimon, like in Digimon Wars 3. He actually doesn't have a character itself, it just has a card in the card game there. In Digimon Rumble Arena 2, he doesn't appear. In Digimon Dusk and Dawn, he is able to fight and everything. And well, most of them he shows up, even if not always as a fighter type of Digimon. Also, I'm gonna be better with him than I was with Leomon, hopefully, because he's a ranged type attacker. You can see that he has 2 ranged attacks instead of 2 melee like Leomon. Ouch! Okay, that was not so good. Okay, so his attacks. He has 2 attacks. One's called, well, there wasn't a very good timing to talk about it. So let's talk about Beelzemon instead. He evolves into Beelzemon. You can see that he has the Blaze mode here. Well, to be honest, maybe they didn't put Ai here, which is his human partner, because she's not much of a character to put, because he's already Blast mode here, so... Or maybe it was just because they knew he was going to have a Blast mode. Most of the time, you can see the openings. Since the very first episode, you could see the Impmon was going to evolve sometime. So that's why, even though they could know he would have a Blast mode before knowing he had a human partner. So okay, his attacks. Let's talk about his attacks. One of them is called Night of Fire, which is his circle attack here. His triangle attack doesn't have really a name. I haven't found a name for it. He just say "come on," literally in English, and some sort of icy stuff. which that was perfect. You could see how useful it is. Just like Leomon's attack, it protects me. Instead of just attacking, it also protects me if someone attacks it. Usually, I don't get hit. It's not always, but against most of the attacks, it is very helpful, very defensive. And one interesting thing about him is his grab attack. You know, the one you press square and forward when the other Digimon is close enough to you, and you grab him, because most Digimon, they just grab and then throw, or do something that immobilizes and then throw, like this, the other Digimon. But Impmon has a very interesting way to grab. He sort of hypnotizes the Digimon, making him stunned, making him... I'll show you guys in a second. Okay, so I'm back to Impmon. And this switch doesn't always work because they have to stay in range. And at that time he managed to... There we go. And they always go like this if it works. So they get dizzy, you can do anything you want with it. Oh, time's up. Okay, I won. Impmon, Impmon's evolution, Beelzebub, also has an unusual kind of a grabbing attack. Instead of damaging, he just immobilizes a little bit and then jumps on the other Digimon's back. I haven't found it very useful, to be honest. Ooh, that was close one. Also, you can try to make a combo out of it, but they don't get stopped for that long, and so there's not much you can use to damage them. But to be honest, it's not my favorite grab at all. I forgot to look up the attacks of Beelzebub, sorry. But he has this triangle attack. He throws the Digimon very high. It's not very high, but it's higher than usual. And his circle attack, oops, he's using his blast sword, blast weapon kind of thing, blast gun, which in the anime was actually made out of one of the little kids' toys. The little kid was called Mako, and Mako gives him a toy gun, and he sort of turns it into a blaster. But before he could evolve, he was really desperate to evolve, because he thought he couldn't, because he was weak, especially in the Tamers universe. It seems that every Digimon wanted to get stronger and evolve. In the adventure, it doesn't show like this. They just want to live and survive. For example, you can see Agumon, since I'm fighting him. You can see Agumon really wanting to fight other people just to get stronger. But in Tamers, the Digimon are meant to that. They are programmed to try to get stronger by fighting other people. So Impmon wanted to get stronger, but he couldn't. So he felt very resentful of that. He felt very sad, actually, but he didn't want to show it, of course, because he didn't want to show he was weak. So instead, he would give, oh gosh, he would give the other Digimon a hard time. So he was really jealous of the Digimon for Digimon, I mean Renamon, Leomon, and Terriermon, for two things. First, because they had a strong bond with their partners, unlike him. He ran away from home, and not because he hated his tamers, but because they were kids and they would treat him like a toy. So he kind of got tired of it and ran away. So and he felt kind of resentful of it, and also because they could evolve and he couldn't. So he also felt bad about that. So he kept teasing and pranking the other Digimon. Kind of childlike, to be honest. And well, he's pretty much childish, if you think about it. Well, he's an imp, so it makes sense. Something that's confusing is either he is a Digimon partner of both kids or just Eyes. Eyes is the girl. Ai is the girl. It's Ai and Mako. Some sources say they're from both, but at the same time, Ai is the one who gets the Digivice, so the arc. So you kind of think she was the true tamer of him, but we don't know for sure. I'm not sure what the official sources say, so I should have looked it up. I'll put in the description later. So he was so desperate to evolve that he made a deal with a Digimon, don't remember their name, Kuremon or something like that, when they were back in the Digimon world, the digital world or Dig world. Anyways, you can get the idea. That he would kill the Digimon and their partners, and then he'll be given the power to evolve. At this point, it was already almost late in the anime story, so he wasn't really an enemy right now. So he wasn't very sure what to do, but he was really desperate, so he ended up taking the deal and tried to go through with it, to kill everyone. He first starts to kill everything in sight, but then he wants to fulfill his deal, basically, and goes to kill the others tamers. And then what happens? Well, he doesn't kill anyone except Leomon. Leomon is a scapegoat of Digimon. He debuted in Adventure, of course, as a guide. That's the thing. He's so loyal and badass, and at the same time good, that he kinda... it's the perfect scapegoat because people feel bad about him. I don't know, maybe you feel bad because he's so honorable. He wasn't meant to die, but still, every season he shows up, he dies. In Adventure, in Tamers, I don't think he shows up in Frontier, but he shows up in Savers. And the funniest thing is, there's a movie called Digimon Next Evolution, a real movie, a real animation, canon and everything. And the first scene of that movie is Leomon dying. In fact, this week I wasn't even thinking, if Hin and Yamcha fought, I really don't know which one would die, because they both die in their respective animations. So it's up to you to decide. Who do you think would die, Leomon or Yamcha? Anyways, also Impmon, he was suggested in the early planning of Tamers, come on, do that, to be Takato's partner, but then they changed it because they wanted, oh no, they wanted a Digimon, an innocent Digimon has a partner for Takato, and he's obviously not innocent. He's childish, but the brat kind of childish, you know. They wanted something almost baby. You can see that Leomon doesn't even know many words. So he's really innocent and baby. That's what they wanted for the capital. However, despite being a rather secondary character, especially in mid anime, because in the beginning he was sort of a comic relief villain. In the middle he doesn't have much role, and then he kills Leomon, and then he gets a bit more screenplay. Anyways, he has a complex building, because he's not simple. Oh, I want to kill everyone, or I hate them because of reasons. Especially in the end, you can see why he felt the way he felt. And when you think about Renamon, their relationship is rather complex. At first, he really hates. They both really hate themselves. They hate each other. Then they kind of both hate and like each other. And then in the end, it is Renamon and Rookie Rika who saves him. So they kind of become friends more than anyone else. So it is complex. It is nice to see. I'm trying not to give too much spoiler, but I think I'm not managing to. Am I? Also, I didn't talk much about Bezabmon. I call him Bezabmon with a B, a silent B there, because I'm used to the sublet. I've talked about it before, but in the dub he's called Bezabmon only. Bezabmon. He's obviously named after Beelzebub. That's pretty obvious too. So he's one of the 7 demon lords. People may not realize it, or most of people, but there are some subdivisions in some Digimon, like the Royal Knight. Is it Royal Knight? I think it is Royal Knights. Anyhow, there is a class of knights. There are also the God Digimons, the 7 demon lords, and it's not only one of them, but he's one of the most important, because he could be a leader actually, but he prefers a solitary living, which fits Impmon too, because Impmon is, you see, he had his partner but still got away. He's seen as lonely, and Bezabmon solitary, so it's pretty much the same thing. But still, he doesn't. He's not a bandit. He doesn't want to bring destruction to everything like that. He's very prideful, so he would never attack the weaks. He wouldn't pillage. He just wants to be strong and prideful. He's very, very prideful. And I think that's about it. Oh, no, I did show. So that's about it about the characters, I think. About myself, what I wanted to tell this week is that, well, I could say I'm bad at this game because I haven't played many fighting games, but the truth is I'm not good at any game. I think I'm good at other stuff, but not games, not any kind of game. But anyways, still I haven't played many fighting games, to be honest. I was thinking of some. I think I've only played these ones for myself. I have played a little bit of others in friends' house, but these ones are the ones I actually played. Oh, maybe 5 of them. So 3 Dragon Balls. One's called Budokai, that is a slow kind of game like this one. You see, there are not many combos. The attacks take a long animation to complete. That's kind of what it was like in Budokai. In fact, in Budokai, I was young, and I would win pretty much every fight by only smashing one button. It was a little Goku's square attack. I remember to this day. It was really annoying. What else? I played Tenkaichi 3, I think. No, Budokai 3 and Tenkaichi 2, I think. And also Marvel vs. Capcom. And a bit of Urban Hein, I think it's called. I'm not sure, very sure. Oh gosh! Okay, come on. And maybe that explains why I struggle with this one that is not very hard, usually. Except the last boss. And it's not because I didn't like fighting games, but there's some reasons. For example, one of the most fun things to do in fighting games is not so much the campaign to fight against the computer. The most fun thing is to play with other people. And I had a brother. I have a brother, and so we could play together. But he never liked to play versus kind of game. You know, when it's competitive. He didn't like it very much, maybe because he was sorta young. I'm not sure. But the thing is, so I couldn't play with him, and I didn't have many friends to play with. Not fighting games anyways. So, and also, but and I think this is the most important. Once my parents said, when they were buying my PlayStation actually, which was my first console, actually my first video game. That was mine, at least. I played a little bit of Super Nintendo, but it wasn't mine. It was borrowed from my uncles. I mean, my uncle and my aunt. But my first video game was a PlayStation 1. Anyways, when they were buying it for me, they said they didn't want me to buy any violent games. So no Mortal Kombat, no Street Fighter. Well, I ended up playing Resident Evil and other games like that. So I'm not sure how effective it was. But still, I was very obedient, so I didn't play. I didn't buy for myself, for at least never got it. Any very fighty kind of game. I don't have many experience in fighting games because of that, because I didn't have many. Ouch, okay. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, Impmon. He represents Venus and Gluttony, which is kind of surprising to find out, because, come on, look at him. He doesn't look like he's victorious, it doesn't look like he eats a lot. In fact, Pride would make much more sense. And maybe even Lust, because, oh. I bet, I mean, he has abs and everything, so pretty sure some people think he's hot. So, I mean, his body, because look at his face, he has 3 eyes. Wings, that's not hot. Woo! Ole! Ah, it's really... Oh, and this attack, this command of him. Oh, oops. You can notice, maybe now you have to rewatch, but still, you can notice that it feels pretty fast, the evolution energy of the other Digimon, so I shouldn't use it as much, but it's just so useful. There you go. Okay, I think it's Rippermon now. Let me see. Yep, Rippermon. So Rippermon, I found out that Rippermon, maybe, you know the villain for Boku no War Game, or also called Children's War Game, was called Jabulomon, and he may be a mega form of it. So Jabulomon was pretty strong there. He could take Wargreymon and Metal Gorillomon. So he was pretty strong. So that explains why he's so darn tough. Also explains, you see that thing going behind me right now? Looks like eyes. It looks like Jabudamon's eyes, actually. Kurimon's eyes, actually, because it's the not the evolved form. But anyways, let's see if I can beat him without dying. Ouch. It takes a lot of technique, to be honest. I practiced a little bit. I can't say I haven't. Exactly because it's not. He's pretty much a cheater, to be honest, because he has more stats than everyone. Okay, he's a boss fighter, it makes sense. But still, it's too much. My opinion, at least. I think I'm gonna meet him. That's fantastic. There we go. What else? Oh, and he's called Gokumon in the Japanese, apparently. I really don't know to read Japanese, so I don't know if that's what's written there. Oh no! Okay, so that explains. That would also explain why he's so strong. I mean, Gokumon. Come on, it's Goku. Ah, come on. Yeah. Okay, I'll lose, but that's okay. I still have one round to try and make up for it. For some reason, sometimes my triangle attack here sort of bugs in this one area only. It doesn't let me charge enough. I don't know why. Just sometimes, it's not always. So, well, sometimes computer has their own personality, so their own wishes, they work when they want. No! Oh, shoot! Ah! Oh, come on! Okay, I lost. Let's see how many tries. I hope I can beat him next time. Let's see. Wow! That was actually a good fight for me. So, here we are. The end of Impmon's Impmon's Go. One last thing I forgot to talk about is that Impmon is usually usually seen as the opposite of Kudamon, or Kalumon, how you want to call him. And you can see they have kind of similar color white, purple, actually, and red. Even if Kalumon has much more white, and Impmon has much more purple. Another interesting thing is, I've talked about how the evolutions are only unlocked in the versus computer mode, or the two-player game mode. But Beelzebumon is exception in that rule, because you can actually pick him here. Well, his face, Beelzebumon face, what he says, everything just doesn't fit the word they're saying. Terrible. So that's it. This for this week. Next week, I'm gonna play with Patamon. We're out of Digimon Tamers now, and we're gonna play with Patamon. So adventure now, and then after Patamon's gonna be Gabumon and then Agumon. So those three, and then I'm not gonna say it. You're gonna have to see, because it's a secret. Okay. So that's it. See you next week.